Hello Airsoft friends, and welcome to this video today, where today I'm going to be telling you about an awesome little site in the UK called Black Site. But before we get into that, a big shout out to my patrons. Thank you very much for supporting the channel month after month, and of course to all my regular viewers and subscribers, thank you for watching the channel, sticking around, enjoying the content. I love you all very much. Black Site is a site made by Invicta Battlefield, which, if I remember, is like a 7-year derelict old chemical factory, which is actually super fun and also a little bit scary to play in. They've actually now added an outdoor area too, with like faux helicopter and buildings made with railway sleepers and things like that, which looks absolutely sick. Looking on Facebook, it does look a little bit like the future of the site is a little bit uncertain, like the lease keeps getting extended. So if you like the look of this video and you want to go play there, make sure you do it as soon as possible. Now I do need to do a little bit of a preempt in this video because I am going to be complaining in it a lot. There's a number of things which are quite frustrating, I find, when playing in the dark. It's not because of the site.
So here we are at the Invicta Black Site. As you can see, it is it is pretty damn dark. I'm loving these rotating lights on the top. It really gives it a nice kind of set of ambience. It is pretty damn dark, as you can tell. It's a derelict building. It's sat here. It's like a proper chem factory. It's been here for like 7 years, something like that, completely derelict. So they've been in, wiped the whole thing, sorted it out, and made it ready for games here today. And this is the first test game, and we're gonna be playing in it. So torch on, you can kind of see the stairs, take a couple of shots, and then torch off. It is, oh my god. That's absolutely insane. Very excited. Let's get some games going.
So we got briefed for our first game mode, and we were attacking a chem lab, and there was a variety of different items that we needed to recover. So after familiarizing ourselves with the items and just understanding where we needed to go in the site, we started to head towards the enemy.
Hit!
It can be quite easy for people who are higher to have better angles. After a few minutes, we kind of got rid of the few people that were covering the top of the stairs, and we were able to move in more to that floor of the site. Now, stairs are quite a tricky beast generally in Airsoft because the darkness itself did introduce a fair few issues into the mix, and one of them being IDing team members. When I play, I do try to ID my teammates successfully, but not everyone has the same kind of thinking of that. Team killing as well. Team killing.
Ah, hit! I'm on your team.
Sorry?
I'm on your team.
Oh, when did you get here?
I literally walked up the stairs in front of you.
In front of me? Sorry.
It's alright.
Team killing is bad. I don't like team killing. I like to take a moment to find out if people are on my team or not before I shoot at them.
I know, I'm my team.
If there's people around you and you don't know if they're an enemy or a friendly, just sound off, just call out, and hopefully they'll respond in a manner which then gives you that information. A really good example of this, by the way, is this section here.
Whoa. Attacker or defender?
We were literally stuck here for ages shooting against our own team. And going into this fight, I was pretty certain that it was us team versus us team.
Hey, it's yellow.
Where was that grenade?
Yellow. We've been shouting yellow.
But I was like, you know what? Let's just fight it and see what we can do. Eventually, I got taken out. And that's why I kept shouting,
Yellow dead man! Yellow dead man!
because I was hoping that somebody would hear that and then go, oh, you know what? I'm yellow as well, so let's stop shooting at the pit. But no, it didn't happen. It took us so long to get through this section because we were just shooting at our own team. So yeah, severe lack of communication at times with your team can be quite detrimental to what you're trying to achieve. Next up on the complaint list with indoorsy dark games is grenades. It usually seems to be the team with the most grenades will win the fights because they can just keep throwing grenades all the time. I use the Quake 8 grenade, which actually has like 7 primers in there, so you can throw it. explode it, pick it up,
Is that my grenade? Dude?
twist it, throw it again, do that 6 more times. So I was actually able to do lots of grenading. The benefit though of the darkness is tracers look sick. Now the windows in the doorways were a bit of a pain because there were some doors at Black Site which had the window panes in, the glass panes in, and there were some of the windows which didn't have the glass panes in. They may have changed that at the site now, I don't know. I think that was feedback that was given that if you can see through something, you should be able to shoot through it. This isn't AI 500 where they just say, even though you can shoot through this thing, don't shoot through it, and if you can see through that thing, just pretend you can't. This is more civilized than that. One of the other enemies of darkness is non-hit takers, which is why I implore you to use tracer rounds. I did have this little moment here, which you can see.
Oh, hit!
It was quite clear I hit him, and I actually, if you listen to it, I hit him before he even started shooting at me.
Oh, hit!
Did you hit me?
I did hit you, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Didn't fucking feel it.
I mean, I hit him twice. One of them looks to be quite in the penisy area. So I'd imagine that he would feel that. I know if I got hit in my wee-wee area, then that would be quite painful, and I'd probably lie on the floor for a moment and try not to be sick. But hey, other people are built different, I suppose. But this also leads me on to the other point of don't try and create any drama. Just, you know, call a trade. If they don't call the trade, then that's kind of frustrating. And at that point, I'd probably just go to a marshal and be like, hey, marshal, just keep an eye on that little man there. But if you call the trade and everyone goes out, everyone's happy and can carry on playing and, yeah, not cause any problems on the night. For all I know, he could have been wearing a cup and wearing, like, lots of padding under his top so he didn't actually feel it. It is what it is, you know, it's a night game. Just use tracers and be gentlemanly. That's all you can do. Next up, and this one is quite funny, but shadows. Well, a mixture of shadows and also people not knowing how to use torches tactically, which you think may not be a problem, but actually using a torch in a tactical way, it does take some knowledge and know-how. But watch this clip. Man, when that shadow appeared, it was proper brown trouser time. But I'm also, watching this back, I'm happy that I reacted so quickly to that, because otherwise I could have, you know, if it was a person, I could have been taken out straight away, and that wouldn't have been a fun time for me, no. A mixture of this poor communication and the team killing. I just started to play the objectives on my own, you know, I just started to go room to room to room to room, looking to see if I could find any of those collectible items which we needed to find. And you know what? I bloody found one. And then right after that, I had some more team kill confusion. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Friendly! Luckily though, it was then the end of the game, and I think we won it, or we did alright. We were attacking and trying to find things, and we managed to finish the game, so that's the most important thing. Also, I just want to do that caveat again. I know I'm complaining about a lot of stuff, but I did have a really fun time. It was a really good game day, and I do highly recommend the site. These are just niggles that I have with playing in the darkness and night games. My friends will go off and they'll play evening games at like woodland sites and all this stuff, and I do like to be sneaky, but I don't like it when I can't see people or tell who people are. Again, the site, great. The people that run it, great. The games that we had, great. Now, the next couple of games we did were TDM, Team Deathmatch, where one team would hunker down and then the other team would then come and try and wipe them out all the way through. And then the fastest team to achieve that would win. Now, we were attacking first, which is quite difficult because the enemy team were just proper hunkered down and they had all these angles and were shooting us from everywhere, and it took quite a while for us to get through, but I remembered one of the most annoying evil angles that we had to play against, which was pretty much right by the first spawn door, and I remembered that, and I held on to that, so then when we were then defending, I could utilize that for myself, and I bloody well did.
So as you can see, I'm kind of in a rack server, I guess that's what it's called. I'm in a room. This is what the room looks like. And that's the door where people are going to come from. So I guess I'm just going to kind of hide and wait. So that's what we're going to be doing. This is our little room, our little Alamo. We will get killed at some point. I guess we'll just wait until then.
What's that here? Whoa, fuck that.
Hit. Good shot. Well played, dude. Good shot.
Eventually, though, I did die, so I moved up to the upper floor, and it gave me some time to, explore the site without people shooting at me, and you know what? It was absolutely sick. There's so many areas and places to go. There's offices, corridors, plant rooms, and themed areas as well, which they set up. And to be fair, it did get quite spooky walking around on my own, and I started to get to the point where I'd actually prefer it if people were shooting at me instead. As you can tell from the clips, it really was mad dark in there, but of course it was still very, very playable. I had quite a few conversations with the marshalling team as well about potential improvements and different ideas. I don't know what they've done or not because I haven't been back since this day, but they are very receptive to any and all feedback. So if you do ever play it in a Invicta site, please don't feel like you have to hold on to any, potentially negative experiences or potential ideas you've got that could improve the site. They are all ears and they want to hear your feedback. If you want to see more of the site, then my mate True Mobster actually made a really, really sick video there too. It's linked in the description below. Go check it out. Genuinely, it is awesome. And again, contrary to my rantings, I actually had an awesome time and I would love to go back there. I ran my KWA Mod 1 and it was absolutely awesome. Nice and short, stubby magazines. Oh, it was such a fun experience. I know I got frustrated, but you know what? Sometimes that happens, and I'm not very much a fan of the dark games, but if they did during the day or light games in there, something like that, I would be all over it. And I really want to play at the outside section that they got set up because it does look sick. Let me know in the comments if you want to play there, or even if you have played there and what your experience was, and I will see you in the next one.